You don't know why, but this morning you wake up with a weight on your chest, not from sadness, not from exhaustion. It's something else. The air smells strange. Like wet charcoal and sour bread, Europe takes a deep breath for the last time. It's 1347 and something has arrived. No one knows its name, but everyone will feel it on the docks of Kaffa and Crimea. Some merchants step onto dry land. They survived the journey, but not what. They brought with them in their clothes and their blood in the ships, hide something smaller than the eye can see. No one expects it. No one is prepared in a few weeks. 1 in every 3 will be dead and you with no power. No land, no name are trapped at the center of the map. The rumor spreads, the usual way, first through merchants, then priests, and finally in the screams of widows, there's plague in the east. It moves fast, 100 dead in one day. Says one, their flesh rots while they're still alive, whispers another. You're just standing in the market. With a sack of barley no one will buy. There's no silver anymore, only nervous. Glances a rat strolls between your feet like it owns the place. A child kicks it, it doesn't run, it just stares back. You don't know it yet, but you've just met your executioner because what's coming isn't a war, it's worse. It's death, faceless, formless, merciless. It all begins with a sneeze, just one, then a mild cough. Nothing serious. The baker on the corner blames. The weather says the autumn's too damp, but the next day, he doesn't open his stall, nor the next. On the third day, his daughter throws a bucket of blood out the window. No one dares to clean it. Your brother starts coughing too. He has a fever. You lay him down, give him broth, pray, but each night you hear him fainter, weaker, further away. When he dies, no one comes for him. You have to wrap the body yourself. You leave him out. On the street by dawn, he's gone as if he never existed. People start sealing themselves in boards. Nailed to windows, tables, pushed against doors, but the plague doesn't knock. It seeps through cracks, through cloth, through the breeze itself. There are 5 of you in the house. Soon there are 3. Then 2. Your mother lies down one night saying she just needs to rest the next morning. You find her with her mouth open, eyes rolled back, and a smell you'll never forget. You try to bury her, but the ground is too hard and you have no shovel. You wrap her in her sheet and leave her at the foot of the olive tree. The flies come first, then the dogs. The priest has vanished, the soldiers no longer patrol. The church bells have stopped ringing. Only the cries of those still, strong enough to scream, can be heard. You walk through town with a cloth over your face as if that could help you see open houses, plates still on tables. Food rotting, everything abandoned. You find a cart full of corpses. A man pushes it alone, his skin slick with sweat, his eyes hollow. He looks at you. He offers you a rope. You don't dare, you don. It helped the plague, you only survive it, and even that is not guaranteed. There is no time to cry anymore. The village has become an improvised graveyard. They dig graves in orchards, along roads, between beams of abandoned houses. You learn too. At first your hands shake when touching a corpse, then you just clench your jaw and keep digging. You use blankets, ropes, planks to drag them. An old woman watches you, then helps. No one speaks. What for words dawn? The heel at dusk, the crows dive down. No rituals, no prayers, only bodies disappearing. And the suspicion that tomorrow you might be next in that pit. A new figure appears in the town. He doesn't speak. He walks with a cane and a long robe wears a bird mask with a hollow beak stuffed with herbs. Says he's a doctor, says the smell protects others. Follow him, imitate his outfit. They're the plague doctors, but they don't heal. They only take notes. They observe. They examine you with gloves that don't stop infection. If they see buboes, they only say too late to pray, too late to clean, too late to survive. Their cane points at who lives and who's already dead inside. During the day, at least there's light. But at night, the plague breathes harder. The sick, delirious crawl across the floor, beg for water, scream for their dead mothers. Some catch fire from half-extinguished candles. Others run naked, possessed by fever. From your window, you see shadows move. You dawn. What know if they're humans or ghosts? It doesn't matter. No one opens doors at night. The world splits in two, those who sleep, fearing not to wake, and those who cannot sleep because they already hear death's footsteps drawing near. You start coughing, not hard, but enough for fear to settle. You feel heat on your neck, dizziness. You touch your neck, searching for a lump, nothing yet. You look in the mirror. Your face is paler, your eyes more sunken. Is it hunger, exhaustion, or is it already inside? You tell no one. You decide to stay alone, just in case. You isolate yourself in the stable. With a bucket of water, a blanket, and your prayers, you hear another funeral cart pass by. You close your eyes. You don't know if it's the end or just another day in hell. In another village, someone suggests the plague is divine punishment, that purification is needed. How with fire they burn entire houses with the sick inside. They say it's mercy that they save them from suffering in town squares. Jews are accused of poisoning wells. They're beaten, hanged, lynched sometimes. No excuse is needed. People just want someone to blame you. Watch them burn. From afar, knowing it changes nothing. The plague doesn't care about Faith, language, sin, or race, only warm bodies, only breath, only flesh. You thought the plague would stay in your village, that maybe winter would slow it down, but no Paris, Florence. London, Barcelona all fall kings. Nobles, beggars, monks all get sick the same. Caravans stop traveling, letters stop arriving. The world shatters into islands. Of death, an invisible web you cannot break, where there were once roads now. There are pits where there were once markets. Now silence, no one sings, no one. Dances only the creak of coffins and the flutter of crows can be heard. One day you see yourself in the puddle outside. The church that face is not yours, your cheeks. Hollow your eyes, yellow mud on your forehead, dried blood on your neck, your hands trembling. You wonder how many days you've gone without talking to someone. A week too, you no longer know what day it is. You only know you're still alive, though you're not sure if that still means anything. You finally understand it. Wasn't God, it wasn't the Jews. It wasn't the weather, it was a flea. A parasite that travels in rat blood, they feed on waste, on rotten. Meat on your garbage, they're everywhere. While you sleep, while you eat, while you cry, the plague isn't a punishment, it's an accident, a monstrous coincidence, and you are just another number in the food chain. The temples are empty, some priests flee, others die like everyone else. You pray, but the sky remains shut. You wonder if God left or if he was never there. Some flagellants walk, the roads whipping themselves, singing psalms until they bleed, they say. The world will be cleansed that way, but they also fall ill. They also die. Faith is not a vaccine, just a comfort, and sometimes not even that. Your village no longer exists, only empty houses. Open doors, dirty dishes, cold beds. You walk the streets and can hear your own footsteps. Everything smells like mold old. Wood ashes, you try to remember the names of those who lived here, but you can't, as if the plague erased memories too, as if forgetting were the final stage of the disease. Animals survive, wild cats roam rooftops. Dogs form packs, cows and goats graze among ruins. The world continues without you, without humans as if they were never needed. The plague wiped the board clean and now nature reclaims its place. You watch, you wonder if you're the only one, if others like you remain in other villages, if there's anything left that resembles a future. You're not sick yet, but you're not well either. You no longer dream, you no longer laugh, you just exist. Eat when you can sleep anywhere. Your body survives, but your soul is gone. You sit by the fire alone and repeat that. This will pass. That one day there will be laughter again, but you don't believe it. Surviving the plague doesn't make you a hero, just a witness. A caravan arrives from another village. They bring horses, clean clothes. Children who still play, they say there's food. People hope you join them. You walk for days, cross rivers, forests, empty fields. You see entire villages with no one left, but also others rebuilding where there's fresh bread, chimney smoke. Quiet songs, something moves, something blooms like a green sprout among bones. You reach a walled city. You don't know. They receive you with suspicion, but also with bread. You enter, you bathe, they give you clothes, you hear someone play a lute. A woman laughs. 2 children play. You can't believe it. So this is what life feels like. Again, has the plague ended? You don't know. But for the first time in months, you're not afraid. The world you knew has died, but this one still breathes. The years will pass. The plague will be mentioned in books, in sermons, and whispers, but you won't remember it as history. You'll remember it as a smell, a sound, a moonless night every time you see a rat. Every time someone coughs, because even if you survive, the Black Death will live inside you like an invisible scar, like an eternal warning. The end of the world doesn't always sound like thunder. Sometimes it begins with a sneeze.